pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Morning, everybody. Call the meeting to order. We do have a quorum. Take a motion to approve the agenda and the minutes.
So, I second it.
All right. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, we've got the agenda. Rich is gone this morning, so we can jump right into drainage. We did have some claims, right?
Difference.
Is there a motion to approve claims?
I will make a motion to approve the claims. Second.
Okay. Is there any discussion on it? Hearing none, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Claims are approved. All right, work order for DD4 main clean out and tree removal. Gordy, how you doing this morning?
Pretty good.
Big trees, little trees, what do you got going on down there?
Well, the engineer's not here yet, right?
No.
The reason I come here, because Mark could take care of this here, but I wanted to double check you're done right because there's some issues on this drainage. This is one up by Emmons, goes through the town of Emmons. And Rogers Brothers cleaned it out, the upper end here 3-4 years ago. But the issue now is from the outlet, which goes into Winnebago County. The ditch goes through south into Emmons. And there's trees growing on there, brush growing in there. And it's peaty ground in there. The Minnesota lake there, what is it called, comes in there, slushes it in. The elevation is determined by the highway, can't go more deeper, there's some blacktop south of Dale here. It was. So, a few years ago, that was cleaned. Supposed to be clean, the trees were gone. And the way I understand it, I didn't check it out and all that stuff here, but the guy got killed on the job. And they never cleaned the section on the west side of 69. And I've been up there, and a year ago, Rogers was over there pulling out trees that are taller than this deal here, getting beaver dams out. If you get the trees out, you don't have the beaver dams, that's their fodder deal there. And then I requested the Mark that I am the only one, but I want to clean all the way from where it goes into Winnebago. And it's not very much, but the trees, and I understand trees cost more money than it does clean the ditch. But if you don't have the trees, you'll never, with a ditch, you'll always have maintenance.
Yeah.
The tile lasts longer, but it costs a lot more money, big tile costs a lot of money.
Is that like, what, quarter mile, half a mile?
Well, before than that, you're looking at, but yeah, that little section, the whole thing from Winnebago County line, at least till past Emmons, has still got trees in it. They've been sprayed, but they're coming back and.
Yeah, but you go out there, it's gotten bad.
Yep.
So what happens, all these trees will hold water back. And then when the big rains come here, now I can't get away. Then my tiles stand under water, the outlets. And the upper end don't need cleaning, but it needs cleaning from, there's a, what do you call it, Brights Lake used to call it?
Yeah, it goes in behind Bryce Lake.
Brights Lake up through there, up to me, up there.
Yep.
And what I wanna know is, I get assessed here with a assessor's, auditor's office sends me the deal here. They're supposed to be taking care of this here. I get payments here, but nobody sprayed that ditch. The last year or two. Why did that trees get 8, 10 feet, 12 feet tall now?
Some of that ditch was sprayed, at least down through Danny Martinson's property, Gordy.
Fair.
It's been probably 6 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this last year, DD4 main,
Did
it
they
was
get,
$877 was the total for.
Yeah, but nobody sprayed this part that goes into Winnebago. The first
Yeah, that
part.
last-
Nobody sprayed that.
They're too big. Those trees are too big.
Well, they did.
They were
So
supposed to come
the
out.
contract was,
Yeah,
the contract was awarded to this guy,
Yeah.
I was told.
yeah.
And then he got killed or
Killed.
some deal. So you let them off, you didn't have to do that first 5, 6, 8, 10 acres
Yeah.
of trees. And that's what's holding the whole water back now.
Right.
Right, so that was done before either, any of us got on. I think I remember that happening,
But I
Gordy,
could
but
still get
it must have never got finished.
assessed for it,
Yeah,
for the spraying and the tree deal. And another thing, you guys are going out, putting this chemical on these trees in December. I don't know, does that chemical work then, unless it goes through the ground and kills?
he's supposed to guarantee it works and
Yeah,
come back if
guarantee.
it doesn't. So, but yeah, this needs to
So
be,
whose responsibility is it to see that this gets done right?
it'd be ours to get it in there and get it cleaned. And I mean, and,
I know you're doing, but who oversees that it gets done right?
well, truthfully, a lot of times we have an engineer involved. That'll oversee it.
With the clean out, we don't technically.
This
need
is,
one,
this
but-
should just be a repair, and so we really wouldn't have somebody there probably, you know.
We could just check it before we pay the bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
But,
know,
so what I really, what I'm petitioning for is to clean the thing up from there up to my property. Cause it's slushed in the road ground, it comes out from the golf course up there, what do you call it? What is it?
Oh, Arrowhead, yeah.
What is it
Yep,
called?
Arrowhead.
Arrowhead up there comes in there, needs cleaning.
Okay.
And that hasn't been cleaned for that part for 15, 20 years. I
Oh, at
suppose,
least,
time
yeah.
goes.
so we need to go that road that goes south out of Emmons, go west.
It'd be all be going, yeah.
go
so
west of there to Highway 69 and then go west to the
Actually
county
go
line.
past to the county line, and you wanna go clear to your property, don't you?
Yeah.
And have it dipped, basically.
Because in my property line, upstream, Rug just cleaned it out here 4 or 5 years ago, did some repair.
Is that about a mile in there,
Yeah.
going from
So-
Winnebago to your property? I was trying to look on the map this
Yeah,
morning.
so
I had in the book, you cleaned it out in 2015. Had your property east of Brights Lake, all the way east through your land,
15,
2015.
so almost 10 years. But the issue, it ain't the cleanest of bad as the trees are
Yep.
holding it back, that's the issue.
Yep.
And that wasn't taken care of at that time when that ditch was clean.
Yeah, so what we could do is get
Well,
those trees.
Next question, I asked Mark later, yesterday. They're planting trees right on the ditch banks now. People got property, evergreen trees. Maybe evergreen trees ain't a problem. Some areas, some districts got, they can plant trees, some can't, or others.
So none of them should be able to plant trees if we actually have the right of way. And I don't know if there's right of way on that ditch or not.
I'm not 100% sure, I'd have to.
Yeah, you'd have to dig into it. So if there's right of way on there and we maintain it, we don't want trees
Well, they're
planted.
they're planting nice trees up 10, 12 feet. Now, the roots don't go down as bad at evergreens. I understand that at other trees, but,
They go out.
and then I got another one point, I want the information on here. South end is about 4 or 5 miles, I got a drainage ditch, it's a private ditch. And the county road goes through, and, well, the Helgesons cleaned a bunch of their trees, I cleaned my trees, they cleaned theirs, we had these big rains. They didn't clean the banks up, so a lot of branches, like 10 foot long, 12 foot long, 20 foot long, washed down the creek, right up into the bank of the county road. And then the water could go through under the
Okay.
county road, then it backed up and so I had to get off the combine, it was fall down and just pick sticks out of my cornfield and washed over into there. Well, if that had been cleaned out of there, or if they hadn't cleaned their ditch and cleaned up after themselves, it wouldn't have plugged that thing out.
Are you talking about that minimum maintenance road there, Gordy, that
Yes,
goes up by your 100?
yeah, by our Thompson Farm.
Yeah,
So whose responsibility? Is that the landowner that put the trees down there, or is that the county job to do this?
well.
If it's
if it-
private, it's
yeah.
the landowners.
If it was blocking our road culvert, we would have probably come in there and picked them out of there,
Yeah.
but
Well, that's what's gonna be done now. Now the water's gone down, the
Okay.
water goes through, but pretty soon, if you let this slide, then the next big rain comes again, holds the water back, floods over into me.
you know what street road that is there, Gordy, what street it is?
Pardon?
What street is that or road is that? Do you remember?
It's the
Yeah,
mile
or-
north of 105,
The north,
First-
mile north of 105. Up
going
ahead.
west.
Yeah. We'll have to have Rich or somebody get in there and
Go look at it.
look at that and get those trees out of there. Yeah,
It ain't a lot of trees, but it's just enough that crosses the branch
yep.
deals there.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about there.
Okay, so I just wanna get the point about this ditch here, that I don't wanna just clean it, I gotta start, so now the DNR's bought up land. Into Winnebago County, and they
Yep,
don't wanna clean their ditch, they don't wanna do nothing.
no,
That's caused a lot of problems for a lot of landowners that try to own land that raise corn and beans.
yep,
But, so then you're working on less grade or fall. So that is more important yet. A lot of times when you dig a ditch, you over dig it, then you got room for the extra capacity. Here you can't do it because you got the US Highway 69, you know, that's a bottom that controls it there, the blacktop controls.
well, I think from Winnebago on, it's always been just, it's a
Well,
natural
That
creek.
used
isn't
to
it?
be farmland, now DNR is buying up land,
Yep.
all right and left, all that stuff.
Oh, yeah,
But that's the outlet for all this land going up there. And what drainage district is this?
number 4,
Four.
it's number 4 main ditch too, isn't it,
Yeah.
we're looking at, yep.
Well, I think
Okay,
we,
that's all I wanted.
I
Thank
think
you.
we'll reach out to a couple contractors and get some pricing on, getting
Yeah,
that
so
cleaned up.
I don't know, like L.A. Evans did this job right north of me up there by Happy Time.
Yep.
Happy Time Resort. He did a nice job.
We'll probably have to do 2 bids, and we get Elliot and somebody.
Yeah, well, he did a good job there. He got the job done. Yeah.
So basically you want from the county line close to your property, we should do,
Yeah, to the far end of my property.
far into your
Yeah.
property, okay.
See, 10 years ago, I cleaned 1,000 feet of myself to pay it out of my own pocket.
It's cheaper to clean it yourself.
Well, I
If
know.
everybody else did the same thing, it'd be cheaper, but you don't want that,
Okay,
so.
that's all I wanted to hear. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thanks, Gordy.
Bye.
All right, Val, do you wanna
A couple bids.
reach out to a couple guys over that way and see who wants the
So ditch clean out and tree.
trees and then, just clean the bottom of the ditch?
The trees don't go that far, I don't think.
I think that biggest
basically-
area is just between Highway 69 and the
Well, the
county
county
line.
line, well, now that'd be the
That first
worst, and then
section.
that other stuff has growed back, and I don't know what they can do. with
Right
it.
along the south edge of Emmons over to that blacktop that goes south.
There might need to be some tree removal.
You see on a Google map, it's just trees right there.
Yeah, you know what we're talking about,
Yeah.
right?
A lot of them are dead, but that doesn't mean they shouldn't be removed.
Right,
Got that
They
little
got
map
too
right
big.
now on where we're
yeah,
at.
right here.
Yeah, second page.
Look it up in the beacon there. Can't be more than about a mile.
The yellow spot's Gordy's property,
Yeah.
Right,
but like up here is where
yeah.
it's all trees up
So
there.
this is the problem right here, right? Yeah, 'cause that's Highway 69, so this here at the county line, and then this section we're talking to, right?
Yep.
They wanna go clear,
He wants to go way down to his
All the way
property.
down his property.
clear down to here and then through, so he wants to actually go here, right?
Yep.
Right to the far side.
Okay.
Be my mom.
But basically tree removal just on the north side up there.
It looks like, yeah, the bulk of it's clear
Bulk
up
of the
here.
trees are
I guess if
okay.
there is anything on the way down, take
They
care
take
of
them
it.
out too.
But
Okay.
this
And
is,
then dip it.
this is the biggest problem is just a short section. There is some right there, but
We have a beaver problem up in that area.
well, we keep
Yeah.
paying money to get beavers removed.
I know old
and
times
the
have been
trees, so.
taking some stuff out too, and a couple of people have been taking trees out of there.
So is there a motion to approve the work report?
I'll make that.
B4, okay, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any other discussion on it? Hearing none, all in favor, aye?
Fine.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Yeah, if you would reach out to a couple, 2 or 3 over there and see if they want to work,
And Elliot and-
you know. Okay, anything else, Val?
Not for approval today, but just, it'll come up next week. Arlo Rugland put in, there's a culvert that's like half blocked underneath it.
Oh.
Like one side's open, one side's completely blocked. So basically just get that cleaned out.
Okay,
Is it county road?
I
name, or
talked
is it-
to Colton Friday. He had heard from them. It's Hickory. That's DD 46 over in Heartland, section 8.
good.
They actually sent a picture of it. It is pretty blocked out.
Okay.
But like, that side's completely,
Oh, that's one of those 4 or 2 ways. and-
yeah.
Oh, so that is
So-
ours.
Yeah, so that side don't, but that side's completely blocked out.
So is that going across the interstate?
Hickory,
Hickory?
yeah.
So sometimes they'll only clean one side.
Or no, that is interstate. I lied.
That's the same way up on this
West of
DD
Hickory,
4.
yeah,
It's west of Hickory,
west of Hickory,
on the, under the
end
interstate.
of the interstate.
It's the one I tried to get Elliot to clean all last year and finally gave up on.
Up north,
Yeah,
by the north of you?
Yeah.
Right?
The
Is it
DOT,
We had a bid from Larson's the same time they were doing DD two.
the DOT it fights you on that stuff like that.
Well,
They were all for it. They wanted to go through us.
we ran into a problem with Elliott. They wanted to make sure, in order to clean it out underneath the interstate, it has to be cleaned out
Oh,
Down
on
further
the
down.
east side of Hickory, which only goes for a little ways till it gets in the middle of that creek,
Right,
you know? The creek stops it.
so we should be able to pad down.
And there, and we had to have Elliot go and look at the thing to approve it, so Mike could say, okay, we'll go ahead and it'll be our. And Elliot never found time to do it.
Cause we have,
But it just needs reminding.
they can get funds
About
faster.
5 or 6 times.
Basically, if we take a bill or
Yeah.
pay the bill, then bill the DOT, they get
Yeah.
funds faster
Okay,
and will pay us back. Otherwise, it's part of their, well, we have to wait till 6 months or 9 months
Yeah.
to put it on the project list.
Yeah, Mike
So
told-
Mike Frank
Mike told me that one.
said.
And the only reason I
"You
went
guys
to
take care
Elliot
of
is
it, we'll pay the
because
bill."
he cleaned it out originally, the ditch.
right.
So he would know the most, but yeah, he was just too swamped. There's,
So should I get a hold of Elliot and remind him, or?
Yeah.
Yep.
Will the bill go to the DOT then?
Give them a double deal.
That portion will, underneath the interstate, it'll come to us
depends on if he needs to clean it from the interstate down to where it drops into the creek. If he
downstream.
needs to clean that, it's gonna end up in the drainage district. Otherwise, if all they gotta do is clean out underneath those box culverts, that's, Mike said the DOT will pick all that up. But they want us to pay the bill first and then they'll reimburse us. Otherwise, the contractor will take 6 months, 6 to 8 months to get the payment.
Yep.
Where with us, it comes a lot quicker and the DOT can fire it out right away.
And if you could split it, that would be best.
That was what the bill.
And
So there
DOT
may not be anything for the drainage district for 46 at all,
Yeah, DOT
if it's cleaned out already.
they just wanna make sure that it's cleaned out downstream of
Yeah,
that.
they're not
So it
gonna
doesn't
clean
fill
out
the
underneath the
culvert
box
back
culvert
up.
if it's gonna just go and get plugged again.
You said Mike's, who's Mike?
Mike Frank
Mike Frank.
We have his,
Okay.
we have his info.
from Hamilton.
Okay, otherwise that's it for me.
Okay, thank you. Regular claims. Did you guys look those over?
How come we had 2 bills from Crazy Clean? We had one on 9/23 for 2536, and then here we got one for 25 and one for 1250.
She just keeps turning in weeks.
I just was wondering why we got 2 of them on the same
Well,
thing.
yeah, we gotta talk about that.
You need to address that.
Good. Is there a motion to approve claims?
I'll make a motion for the claims.
Or second?
I'll second it.
Any other discussion on it? Hearing none?
Oh, yeah, you might wanna sign it.
All in favor, aye?
All right.
Aye. Opposed? Carries. Any reports? Motion to approve the clerk of court report.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
For a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Reports are approved.
There we go, got it.
Any payroll eligibility? Salary changes? Liquor license?
Yeah, I need to get one for the next week.
Lazy Acre Vineyard liquor license. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second,
I'll second it.
any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? License is approved. All right, county inspector, you guys see that email?
Yep.
With their response to the questions and then Jeff's response. We've got to appoint an inspector.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of goofy and it does,
Nothing. No.
right, I mean, if it happens, I mean, either way, we gotta have somebody on the radar and hopefully they don't,
He just wanted to make us aware of the fact we could get the bill
right,
and we could get interest on it,
yeah,
which means we're gonna end up paying it. They
right.
don't expect us to, but if they decide not to,
Well, it sounds like they were in an agreement with other counties when Navigator was here, and when they pulled up and left. They actually got stuck with some bills. But Snyder got stuck with them, doesn't sound like the counties did,
Okay.
they got stuck with them and,
well, it sounded to me with Jeff, we get stuck with it.
yeah.
Sure.
He just wanted us to make us aware of it,
So,
you could end up paying the bill and the interest on it.
I don't know, I mean,
Yeah,
But we have to have one.
yeah, right, just a chance we have to take, we don't have a choice.
You have no
We
choice.
have no choice.
So,
Do you want me
And I'd rather
For
pick one
next
than have
week?
one appointed, so.
yeah, why don't you prepare it for next week?
Yeah.
Cause we gotta have, what they say, put it on our letterhead
Yeah,
and sign it, send it back to them, so if you guys are okay with that.
Yeah, we have no choice.
We have no choice.
We just gotta be aware of the fact we could get stuck with the bills.
Yeah.
Could be appointed, that is.
So, okay, we'll vote on that next week then. Anything building and grounds? Think we're caught up, aren't we? I'll call the boiler guy today. See if he can't get here the next couple days.
Did you ever get another bid on the windows? To clean? Just that one came in.
no, never heard from anybody.
Gotcha.
So do you want to act on that or?
Get it done this late fall or wait till spring and do it.
I guess I could call and ask them what would be better, cause I don't know if it gets cold, if it's.
The weather stays decent, I think they can, as long as it ain't really below freezing where they're
I think we can do it.
cleaning stuff.
Yep. Just the main ones and everything.
Right.
Got a motion to approve Endress window cleaning.
Yeah, and then I'll make that one.
Okay, motion by Mark to improve Endress window cleaning,
I'll second it.
second by Enos, any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye? Aye, opposed? Okay, Jackie, she'll contact them. Top by water main, I think the pump replacement got changed to this week due to a few little issues with the VFDs or something. Jake can probably fill us in on that in a few minutes. Winworth Betco, Melissa,
Just the exec board meeting today and then advisory board meeting on Wednesday. And then I'm headed to Clear Lake on Thursday to a roundtable for Alliant.
right on. We will be there. I think Mark said he might phone in.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
All right, Jake. Your turn.
Morning, everyone. I'm just gonna do a quick update. We had some technical issues with company server last week, so I didn't get our formal deals submitted, but last month, basically all the normal stuff was handled, samples, et cetera. EP installed our telemetry, and that is working very well. So the headworks room is fully functional again. Drum screen and Burrish, so EP installed the telemetry, and then Burrish Millwrights installed the drive and gearbox that we ordered. And then I had Grow Electric wire that up and been tested and everything's good. It's been running really well, which is super nice to have that back to running.
So that's running, so no more overflows in that room? Should be, right?
Hopefully not.
Good.
New tower has been finalized and treated with chlorine, and we resealed the tower. We have not filled it. We have not begun to fill it. We're not gonna do that until the new well pumps are in. So moving to the well pumps. LM pump was there last week. Wednesday, Thursday, something like that. And we ran into a couple of issues, so they are holding off until this Wednesday. But the first set of pump controls is, we've got it just stored in the water treatment building, so everything's there, they just need a programmer, I don't know what the deal was, but something with making the VFDs run at the way that they're currently running. Just at a reduced rate, so that we didn't have to try to actuate them manually, I guess is what it was. I don't remember the guy's name that, LM.
Nathan.
What's his name?
Nathan.
He talked to EP, who's our preferred programmer, and they worked out what what the plan was, and so I left that up to them. But that's scheduled for this Wednesday for the first well pump. West Tech was there last month or beginning of this month. Overall, I think it was a good visit. I was not impressed with how ill-prepared they were. Based on our agreement and based on what I thought we were expecting. I thought that they were gonna come prepared to sample the resin that day for the filters. That was not the case, so they are preparing a recommendation for, there are some parts that we need, I don't even know how you say it.
A
A
Tomerator.
Tomerator, needs a new stone, so they're gonna give us a price on that. There's a couple of, just other piping changes and gauges that need to be updated. They're,
Can you clean that stone or does it have to be replaced?
you can, they said, however, it's been in there for quite some time, and if it's been too damaged, then it's not clean. So I just said, well, depending on the cost, maybe we could have one on hand. We could pull one, clean one, put the other one in and just swap back and forth. So they'll give us a price. Overall, our work that has been done at the water treatment plant is, everything's running really well. Over the last 15 days, I just did the last 15. There's only been one day that during testing that we had hard water. And that was stopped immediately, and basically I have to do some repiping on the brine tank, just take out some threaded fittings and put in some glued stuff, but I'll do that. I talked to Todd about it last week, but overall, and I have checked in the system, so we are running soft water throughout. So hopefully that's gonna continue, casino, and everybody's gonna be happy, and we'll just keep on trucking.
Perfect.
Spoke with, how do you say their name? Hovies?
Hubbies?
About Jason had asked me to just have them look at the new water tower area out to the electrical panels. Hit that once this fall. I think you were on the phone with him
Yeah.
that day that we talked.
Yep.
And then just have them put it on the schedule for next year as needed, just make sure it's clean around the tower and.
Yep.
So I spoke with them, they're gonna get on that one time this fall.
Secondary roads is gonna go out and clean up that rock lay down area out there.
I think somebody was out there on Friday.
Okay, I know Rich had talked about it, and they were gonna get somebody out there just
They
to
had a
to
great-
define that and see what. Try to keep that, then if we have to go in there and have the guys spray it once or twice a year, just keep the weeds down and
Yeah.
then. Keep that mowed up around that water tower would be ideal, yeah,
I agree, it'll make it look good. And there was a grader out there on Friday, so.
okay.
The only. I don't even know if it's bad news, but, there's a PRV, pressure relief. It's actually more like an air, I don't know, it's like a backflow preventer, I guess. That's in where the main lift station is, south of the welcome center. There's a separate manhole vault that's kind of southwest of where the lift station is, where the lift pumps are. And it's just basically, it's the force main that goes out and goes to the treatment plant. We had a PRV failure there, so it was burping out. Every time the pumps would shut off, it would burp out water. Not water, sewage. So we were pumping that back into the lift station. We did get that isolated. There's a isolation valve on it, and we have a new one ordered, which was like a few $100. So, soon as that gets here, we'll get that put in. But overall, knock on wood. Things are running.
Functioning the way the plants were designed for?
Yes, finally.
Yeah, that's
Seems
good.
like we're kind of finally out of the woods, it seems like.
Hopefully the pump transition, and I think Jason, Heath, you and Taylor and myself are gonna meet up probably later this week. He's gonna try to arrange that to discuss switching towers.
Okay.
That's gonna be a bit of an undertaking to try to get it full. Cause we have to completely fill it
Yeah,
and then to test it,
Yeah.
and then we can drain it down to, and then set our levels from there. But we have to maintain water in the other, and so it's gonna be a bit of an undertaking.
it
but-
should be okay, I mean. We should be all right if our existing tower is full at 100,000 gallons. We should be able to fill. Just the new tower for a day. Probably almost 2 days, if we just pull out of the tower. Which I don't, then we'd have to go refill, I don't know.
Because when, once,
Exactly.
when
It'll
that-
be a little bit of a juggling act for sure, but.
right, cause when that pump's not running, filling, we wanna make sure it's filling all the time, as soon as we're done filling for the day, you wanna shut that tank off to isolate it out, so we don't run water back into the system.
Right,
So that's just gonna be the part of
yeah,
filling it to a point, shutting it off, and then the next day, filling some more, shutting it off.
yeah.
Until we get to that full point, and then we can test it.
And I did meet Jason out at the new tower, well, that day that we were on the phone with you. It does need to be filled to overflow, we need to clear that overflow line, and there's some. Just build up in there that's over time, it's
Right.
that empty, so.
Like I say, we'll probably all be getting together just so we have a game plan, and then we can alert, everybody else out there of what's going on, when it's gonna happen, and so.
Sounds good,
Okay, you guys got any questions for Jake? Okay, thank you.
thank you guys.
Department head discussion. Hi, Dan.
Hi, one of the new deputies started today, Chris Hearn. My other deputy, we ran into a small snag that hopefully we'll have corrected today with the academy on part of his health physical. So I'm hoping it all go good today. I'll know after today whether that's a go or not. But I think we should be fine. The only other thing I have is on Wednesday, I got a small medical procedure, so I will not be available. Jesse Luther will be covered.
Okay.
Did Rich talk to you guys this morning, just fill you in that we met with,
He's not here today.
oh, he's not here, so we met with Jason last week about our building projects and kind of doing some redraw stuff on our shop portion is, I would say 95% drawn and ready. He's gonna get back to us with some numbers and stuff. The office portion though, the snag they run into is, because there will be a vault, but it won't be like the vaults here, but it'll be a secured storage kind of fireproof room. So it's shelter, but Rich has lots and lots of maps that can't go away and they take a lot of space. And so, that was the biggest thing we kept running into is we're trying to shuffle things around inside of the footprint. So he was gonna do some redraws and just see what we could come up with. Map room.
Perfect, as long as you guys got a plan going, so we can get some stuff out to bid here soon, so. But otherwise, your shop building is pretty well.
It's getting very close.
Okay, good. Good. Okay, Mark?
Yeah, we got the safety meeting following this, and then I've got a couple of things, Jackie, on the building over there, the light right outside the door for the EOC. The night light, I guess you'd call it, whatever, needs attention. I thought it maybe had gotten fixed or whatever.
So
but-
your door that
Yeah,
everybody
the-
goes
the
in,
door on the west side.
I'm calling bias, so I can,
Yeah, and I thought it'd been put on a list and I thought maybe it had been fixed, cause I come up there one morning and it was on, but I came up there this morning and it was like real dim and then it kind of flickers on and off, so it must not. That, and then on the inside of that same door, the push to open button for the handicap accessibility, that's not functioning. And it's been that way for quite a while too, so while they're there, if they can look at that and see if the and the button's not working or not connected or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll try that for that.
Okay.
I did, last week I was down at the Homeland Security Conference and they had, of course, they have vendors and stuff there, all the same ones, but one of the new ones they had was there's a storm safe shelter system. They're made out of, I don't remember the size, but it's very heavy, thick steel. They have two different versions, one that's all welded together and you put it in place, or they have the ones that are modular that you can assemble once, if you can't put it like pre-build or whatever. But they bolt them together and then fold them down. They're tornado / safe room type things. Either commercial, residential, they can put them just on a slab of cement, all that, like park facilities or something like that. Doors open inside or inward, so that debris don't trap people inside them and stuff like that. I don't remember the exact size. They fit sideways on a trailer, so they're 6 foot wide by probably 4 foot, about a 6-person. They're like $6,000 installed, so pretty affordable. And I got the information, if we ever come across a need for something like that, I don't, maybe in your guys' building out there, in your shop, in the corner somewhere or something like that, but get a hold of me. I do have some idea, it doesn't really pertain for this, but in the city of North, I know this summer during the tornado warnings, we had some issues about where people would go up on the north end, and so it's something I'm gonna be pursuing with the city of Northwood, I think. See if we can't come to a solution for that, but they make them different sizes too for more people, but.
Sure.
That, and then, I think I'd probably, but, 28th, I'll be going in for some medical procedures, I'll be off for maybe up to 6 weeks, but I've got things taken care of, people covering and stuff like that, so.
Good. I hope that goes well.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, any other department heads?
We have external auditors here and voting starts in our office on Wednesday.
Okay. All right, well, Supervisor Weekly, Enos.
I had Partners for Children, and basically the financials didn't change from a month ago. Most of that stuff is school-based, so they don't start coming in until later on. They said there was no update as far as the state realignment. And, other than that, I attended that employee handbook workshop. That was very good. I thought anyway, but you guys all went to it too, so. That's all I had.
Just employee handbook workshop, like I say, a lot of good ideas came out of that, and get some things to do and some legwork to do and. Continue, hopefully keep the discussion continued and maybe we can get it updated a little bit this time.
Yep, that's all I had too, is a workshop and. Yeah, that'll be nice to keep that and hopefully keep that in every, 4 or 5 years, go back to it again, make sure it's all.
Yep.
Up to date with the time, so. That's all I had too. Anything for next week's agenda, future agendas that we're all invited to? If not, take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I'll second it.
All in favor, aye. Aye. Meeting is adjourned.